Sound is on, yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is the June 12, 2019 meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. This meeting is being broadcast live. It's also being videotaped for posterity and is available for viewing at the town website, which is auburnguide.com. Before we begin, I am required to ask if anyone in the audience is making a recording of this meeting. There being no indication that is the case. The first item on tonight's agenda is a 7 o'clock public hearing for the Town of Auburn Public Schools. Request for determination for removal and installation of artificial turf on the football field at 99 Auburn Street. Is there a motion to open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed to vote? Who's here on behalf of the town?
Aye.
Please come up
Come on up and have a seat.
and identify yourself for the record, please.
Hi, Joe Fahey, Facility Director for the School Department.
How are you, folks?
Well, good, thanks.
Great, how are you?
How are you?
Fine, thank you. So if I talk real slow, I do have the project manager from NET that's scheduled to be here through a GPS at 7:04. But I can answer any questions that you might have.
I bet this is her.
I think maybe you're
Are you
saying
here for the high
fine.
school? No.
Okay.
She isn't.
Okay.
So, how long was this turf supposed to last?
Well,
I thought it was guaranteed for 10 years.
yes, well, we're into 13 years right now.
Okay.
Really? Has it
right.
been that long?
You guys are getting older.
I was thinking 8, maybe.
But I can tell you honestly,
That's if you
folks,
didn't notice. Go ahead.
that when the turf was originally put in,
Yeah.
we walked the turf and we asked the life expectancy because this turf is actually new. Okay, 2006, new technology.
Yeah.
And they said to me exact words to myself, the athletic director, and the park superintendent at the time, well, you get an 8-year warranty, so you can pretty much double that, and depending on how well you take care of it, that should be your life expectancy. So I'm looking at, okay, 20 years. Anyway, well, I think the economy changed in a few years, and now all of a sudden the life expectancy has dropped down to 10. But I think a lot had to do with that, with concussion factors. So they called it GMAC testing. So that actually changed the scope. So DPW takes care of the field along with the field maintenance program that we have to extend the life expectancy, which we do. We added a new soccer field onto our baseball field to take some relief off of the football field to extend the life a little bit longer. So we did that 2 years ago. And so now we have to replace it.
So, the material or the turf that you're replacing the existing field with, is it different from what was put in 2006?
No, it's pretty much the same thing.
Uh-huh.
The difference in the product will be the sewing in of the seams, the glue padding, because we have a lot of open seams, which causes an injury. And there's also, what they did was new technology, is they have a concussion pad that goes underneath the turf.
That's
So-
new, that's new.
That's new.
It's not there now.
That wasn't there, that will be added into this project.
Okay.
So in other words, it gives you an extra layer of protection. I don't know the exact mil, I'd be lying, I think it might be 14 mil thickness. I should have brought a sample with me. But it basically, it's like a pad underneath your carpet that you get. So
Right.
depending on, I'll be a carpet salesman, right? Get a better pad, give you a longer life expectancy.
Yep.
Nice thing about this pad is this will give us 2 life expectancies. So in other words, when 12 years comes by again, we'll still be able to keep the existing cushion for another cycle. So then I'll just be replacing it.
So just replace the top.
So you think the life expectancy of the new turf will be about 12 years? That's what they're telling you?
That's what they're telling us.
Okay.
I can only give what they tell us.
Aye.
But actually, honestly, it depends on the use. That field, as you guys all know, it gets used constantly.
Sure. So when would you actually do the work to replace the field?
Starting July 1.
Okay. And how long would it take?
It has to be done by August 15th.
So they can practice?
Yeah.
Okay. And, okay.
So the turf, obviously the track will be closed, the drainage will be covered, to prevent any infill from going in. The difference between this project and when the field was first put in back in 2006 is everything was on pretty much level ground. So there was an overflow, I guess you can say, of pellets
Yes.
that migrated outside of the fence. We don't see that happening at all because now that we have a base to
How
prevent,
much do you use?
yeah, so we shouldn't lose. So all the work is actually going to be done inside the track.
Okay.
And the cost is coming from, that's not really our jurisdiction, but
Yep.
yours.
The cost is
That's
actually
okay.
it's a CIP
I'm paying.
project through the
Okay.
town.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the board?
No, you asked all of them.
Okay.
As well.
I was just gonna bring up that pellet issue because there was a bunch left there.
Yeah, and I remember
Also
going
in
out there
restrooms.
and seeing it too. Any comments from the audience? All right.
Well aware of it.
Okay.
No, thanks, Joe.
All right.
That being said,
May I ask just
Please.
who's doing it? Who's doing it?
NET from Saco, Maine. The same company.
Saco, Maine?
Yep, same company that actually installed the baseball infield, which we replaced 2 years ago.
okay.
So
Okay,
they were the low bidder. So they'll have a project manager on site. We're actually going to be shutting off the lower parking lot all summer long.
This might be him now.
Yeah, they're not the ones who originally put in what's
No,
there.
not the original ones.
Okay, so they're
Unfortunately,
gonna
no.
remove what's there and then go
Yep.
ahead, okay. Doing the whole thing, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
If there are no other questions, is there a motion to close?
Make a motion, we close the public hearing?
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion?
You want to talk to her?
I'm satisfied.
You wanna just wait and see if
I
this
don't
is
think
the
that-
I'll tell her she can go home.
Okay, we can go to the field. Okay.
Wendy Dawson, am I supposed to be here?
We're supposed to be here.
Yeah. Supposed to be here?
Okay. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote.
All right.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
And,
All right. All
Go
right.
Bruins.
Thanks.
Go
Go
Bruins.
Bruins.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you,
All
Joe.
right. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir.
He did a great job, by the way.
Yeah,
so
he
you're
did.
all set.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
She's gotta go to the field anyway. So we should just-
We have a couple minutes before the 7:10.
Okay.
So before we start the 7:10 public hearing, we've gotten a request for a certificate of compliance for clerk chambers at 805 and 809 Washington Street. That was a project that actually came before us 2 or 3 years ago, if not even longer. So we'll have to go and take a site walk at
Yep.
some point. I won't be available this weekend, but I will be available next weekend, so
All
we can
right.
figure something
Truth on
out.
that. I agree. I'm going to Newport this weekend.
I'm going next weekend.
Well, I'm going to Pittsburgh. okay?
Oh, that's fun.
So, it's like competition with you. It's unbelievable.
Competition.
Nope.
Yeah, you know.
Not a
I might
competition.
be at the beach.
The race is
Yeah.
on.
I might be at the beach.
All right, we'll figure it out.
So we're just going to schedule a public hearing. I mean,
26th,
a
I
meeting,
should-
site visit.
Yeah, site visit,
Okay.
Next meeting is July 26th.
June 26th. Okay. Let's see how the Red Sox did.
Yeah, it's who's tied.
So not this weekend, but next weekend.
They won.
So that's the 20.
What time?
Really? Oh, that's right.
Okay.
We have to talk about
22nd.
Oh, yeah.
22nd, is that when you want to do that site visit? So maybe I put it in here.
What, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a Saturday, right? So yeah, why don't we,
22 is.
why don't we say 9 o'clock then?
Okay.
Okay?
22 is Saturday, is that right?
Yes,
Yep,
it is.
Saturday is 22.
So it's 6:22 at night.
And what I'll do is I'll send an email to everyone.
Diamond,
If
yeah.
people are so inclined, we can get together for breakfast
Okay.
beforehand.
Okay.
All right, the next item on our agenda is 7:10 public hearing. An application from Green Hill Engineering, notice of intent to repair a septic system at 20 Tinker Hill Road. Is there a motion to open?
So moved.
Is there
Second.
okay, is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed to vote. Is anyone here from Green Hill Engineering? All right. Okay.
Should I set this up over here maybe, or just
Um,
hold it like this?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is fine? Okay. I have a notice for butters.
I've got
Okay.
that, I'll take that.
Can you take that?
Thank you.
Okay.
And you are?
I'm Alicia Farrell. I'm on, for my dad, Mark Farrell.
Okay.
Okay, so we have an existing two-bedroom house on Tinker Hill Road off of Route 20. In the back of the house, there's an existing cesspool that's not currently compliant with Title V. So what
Okay.
we're proposing to do is install a Title V compliant system with a pipe and stone leach field behind the house in the same location. There's a vegetated wetland behind the house as well. We're proposing straw wattles to protect the wetland during installation.
So did you say it's gonna be in the same location?
Yes.
What do you do in that case? You have to dig out that whole system and then put a new one in? Is that how they do it?
I'm not positive.
Oh,
Is,
okay.
I'm not sure.
Is the house currently
Didn't mean to put you on
occupied?
the spot.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is it for sale?
How long will it take to install? You're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Minimal information.
It's just filling in.
They usually put it in the same place.
Really?
Yeah, and you gotta do it as quick as they can because they have no septic.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
would pose some
that's a good
problems,
point.
wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a failed system, basically?
Yeah, it's not compliant currently. So the one they want to put in would be much better.
Indeed, it would be. Okay.
It probably have to be, it's a two-bedroom house, it'll probably have to
Yes.
be a three-bedroom system. We always have it one more.
Yeah.
Have you gotten Board of Health approval?
So we're pending Board of Health approval for a local upgrade.
Okay. And when do you think you'll get approval from them? Not sure.
Sure. I'm sorry.
All right.
She probably they like to have everything, any board they have to go to first before they sign off on anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would you feel if we wanted to take a look?
To continue, that
Well, for us to actually go to the property and take a look at the property, because that's something we usually do.
okay. Yeah, I can let my dad know.
Okay. But, so would you agree to continue this until the 26th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have you sign a request to continue, just sign it, that's all.
Can I just see
Yeah,
where
of
it is in
course.
the buffer zone?
Do you know when they want to start to do that?
No idea.
Okay. You better tell your father to give you more information
So
next
he gives me
time.
this like really quick,
That's it right
talks
there.
as fast. I'm like, you need to
Too
slow
bad.
down.
So right there, it's cutting it close.
Okay.
It's right on there.
Dennis.
Okay, if you could just sign that.
25.
Yeah.
That's just
They're
giving
in,
us
like, they're
permission.
in 25 feet.
You will you will want to continue.
And what time on the 26th, Sheila?
Let me see, it'll probably be 7:15.
Okay. So may I have a motion, please?
I make a motion that we continue the Green Hill Engineering Notice of Intent at 20 Tank Hill Road to 6/26, 7:15 PM.
Is there
I'll
a
second that.
All right. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed to vote? All right, well, thank you for coming in.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Okay.
22nd?
7:50. 26.
22nd. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry,
no.
they're doing a site
Site
visit.
visit, 22nd.
2
It
weeks
is the 26th.
from tonight, which is the 26th, and we will
Yes.
take a look on the 22nd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, say hi to your dad.
I will.
She looks like a rat. Okay.
Yeah, I could be living in. I hope not, anyway.
Got his notes on it.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Say again?
He had notes on
He was there
this,
before.
about his give to
He was there
yeah.
before.
He needs to tell her more things.
Yeah, really.
He's in a hurry to get to a sporting event. Yeah. Maybe.
I wonder
I'm
what
gonna
he
leave it all
think
there.
he was gonna.
Especially if they want to put it right back in the same spot.
He probably was on his way.
Yeah, that's when we need to
getting
take a
all that
look.
traffic.
Yeah.
The next, next item on tonight's agenda is 7:15 public hearing, Craig Byland, to request for determination for the installation of a pole at 11 Bridge Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed to vote. And you are?
Craig Byland.
Mr.
Here
Byland.
it is, here it is.
I had a as-built done
Yeah?
for the building department,
Mm-hmm.
and funny because they don't like to do them unless the pool's in. And I think you guys know what transpired during my dilemma here.
Indeed, we do.
The pool company, it was $5,200 for the tolls, the police escort, and so forth up from Factory Direct up through the Carolinas.
Okay.
I
Wow.
basically had no choice to dig it and to set it.
Well,
I talked-
actually, you did.
Well, I don't have another $5,200.
But my point, though, did you not know you had to file with us?
Yes, I did.
He didn't at first.
I didn't at first, and I was told from the building department I did,
Right.
which was 3 weeks later.
Uh-huh.
So the motions were
He
already,
got his RDA in the day of the deadline. That's how,
Okay.
he just found out and he did, I will
And-
say he did
and
get
to
right on
redo
with
everything
the
was
application.
$5,200, which
Mhm.
obviously I don't have another 50,
Right.
$10,400 at that point.
Right.
So what we did is I went to the building department, told my dilemma, and they said, you can do it at your own risk.
Mhm.
And here we are.
And here we are.
So I did have a plot plan, as-built done. I only had 4 copies, I didn't know there was so many members here.
We can share.
Showing the setbacks from,
Share it.
the pond is the issue.
Michael would like
Um,
it.
I got
Can you
it.
get one to Michael?
Yep,
I got it.
Pass it
Mike,
down
No,
to
we got it
Michael.
already.
You have it.
You gave a copy to us
Mike.
already.
thank you.
With the plans.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the RDA.
So the question was the pond.
No, that was in
Uh-huh.
his bill.
My mother-in-law owns, my lovely mother-in-law owns all behind us.
Yeah, she is going to watch this.
Miss Gano and Billy Gano, I think you all know Billy, ex-athletic director. He's in a butter, and our in-laws, Laurie Diso is a Garno also, so they're all family members, which they don't have a problem with this. I did not have to go to conservation to build this house. That's what kind of stumped me at the beginning. Our septic is actually closer to the pond than the pool is.
Yeah, it is. When did you build your house?
012, 013.
Is it within 100 feet of the pond?
Oh, it's well over that. It's well over
I'm
that.
talking about the septic now.
Oh, no.
The septic's within 100 feet?
No, it's well over. The pond is the pool is 128.
I see
Septic
that.
is probably 135, somewhere around there.
Understood.
They have the building department, or they have the well, they have the whole plot plan of the septic and the well.
Right.
It's all in compliance. But the only thing that came in question was the pond for the pool, and that's why I went back another $500 to have this done for the meeting tonight. And for Caleb and Gary to go forward. He said, I know I shouldn't have set the pool, but I was very upfront and honest with them, and I told him what my dilemma, and he just said you would be at risk. You could set it, I can't stop you, but here we are.
Okay, so just so, this plan is in scale and it was done by a professional surveyor.
Jarvis, correct.
Okay.
And I had them out, begged them to come out before this meeting, and I got it done.
All right.
Like I said, it's a one-piece fiberglass salt water, which is, I guess, the best. So, if something happens to it, I don't think any of us are going to be around. Self-contained.
Gotcha.
I do have a hot tub that's basically the same off the house, kind of.
So, have you done any work since you got the...
No, I promised Gary that I would, what we do is you have to set the pool, and you do have to backfill, and you do have to put water in it to stabilize it.
Right.
Because, it's $30,000 sitting there, and I don't want any rocks, big rocks to hit it, and it's very fragile
Understood.
to that point. So I asked Gary if I could backfill a little bit more, and again, he said, I understand your dilemma, but I just did a little bit backfill and a little bit more water, and I left it at that.
All right. Okay.
That's basically
What are you
it.
putting around the pool? Are you putting a patio?
Stamp, yes.
Stamp concrete?
Do a,
Paper.
Oh, you do it, yeah. So with
Reading is good.
a fiberglass pool, they require or suggest a 2 or 3 foot coping and then a stamped concrete. Keep it all.
And then a fence, right?
Oh yeah, I got fence, ground, everything. Yeah, it's a lot to it. And the other thing is that we are getting married on our property the 27th of August, so it's kind of imperative
Wow.
that me and yep,
Congratulations.
thank you. As you know, we've gone through hell.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
I don't know, but it's, I'll take your word for it.
She can fill you in.
Yeah.
Oh, she will, I'm sure. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? All right. In that case, is there a motion to close?
Make a motion, we close the public hearing?
I'll second.
Thanks, guys.
Is there any discussion?
Oh.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's a vote.
Good.
We will make our decision this evening, Mr. Byland. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
Take
will
care.
be- I will be
Have a good night.
here on Monday.
You will, okay. You guys can keep that. I got a
Thank
copy
you.
for
Someone's
Caleb.
gonna give me that copy.
Thank you, sir.
Just want this. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Yeah.
The next item on our agenda is a 7:20 public hearing, Darrell Rabati, request for determination for the removal of 2 trays from the rear of property at 86 Rochdale Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed to vote. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, welcome.
Long time no see.
What we did, in order to incorporate everything,
Yes.
because I think when you had been before us 2 meetings ago, we were under the impression the property, or the portion of the property that needed to be conveyed to the neighbor was gonna be conveyed, and it wasn't, and so we actually reopened the public hearing on the notice of intent,
Okay.
in order to incorporate the request for determination for the removal of the trees. And then that way we can just hopefully get everything done at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. So, tell us how the trees are gonna be taken out,
I think really they just need to be dropped.
okay?
My discussions with Daryl is, I made some assumptions. I was like, listen, they may let you drop them. That should alleviate the concerns of the neighbor who's trying to do the land swap with.
Right,
As I said before, he's just looking possibly in the future to do some kind of shed back there, and he has concerns it's going to fall and damage his shed. And,
right,
and then it's going to be his problem because now it's on his land after they do the land swap.
okay,
So he wanted Daryl as part of the negotiation, and this has been an evolving thing. We kind of changed the plan based on the record plan we have on record at the registry, and then subsequently, we were gonna, if that happened, we would do the deeds right away, and all would have been done. But then he kind of came back and said, "No, I want the tree thing." And so, anyways, we just need to know if it'd be possible to drop those 2 trees, the willow tree, and I believe it's a cedar tree. The willow tree is damaged. He just wants to simply drop it. We'll leave the stump there. And then the cedar tree is leaning.
how tall is the willow tree?
25, 30 feet.
And how about the cedar tree?
Cedar tree's probably a little taller,
Okay.
maybe 35 feet.
So when you say drop it, how are you gonna take it down? Or how is it gonna be taken down?
Because they're gonna have to hire someone to come and,
Right.
probably with
Like cut it in segments?
Yeah, I would say cut it in segments, not just drop. They're too big to just drop. It would go onto adjacent properties.
Exactly.
So we need to segment it, from the top down.
Okay, all right.
Not grinding stumps. And
I told him that you could ask, but I would as far as I know, the concern is just to get them down.
Okay.
The stumps can just rot.
Okay.
So hopefully this doesn't change again, on the other end. But as far as I know, is if we could just get those trees just down, start at the top, segment them down, and then that way there's no future issue of them possibly hitting a future shed. Then hopefully this land swap can happen and we'll be done with it.
All right.
Okay.
Any other questions? No. Any questions from the audience? All right, in that case, is there a motion to close?
Make a motion, we close the public hearing?
Okay. Okay.
Second.
Is there any discussion? And just for the record, we're closing the public hearing both on the request for determination and also on the notice of intent. So, having said that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed to vote. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. You got these plans? or-
Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Paper?
Okay.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
You too.
It's gonna be me and Tom all night, like a tag team. It's awesome.
We have
I was
5
waiting for you to
minutes.
jump in.
We have 5 minutes before the
quick.
next
You gotta hit
public
the
hearing.
buzzer, like,
Too quick.
give me a few.
Sheila, any luck with the meeting minutes?
I don't know, did I give you 5/8?
Nope.
No.
No?
So I guess the answer is
I didn't email it?
no.
I didn't email it? Oh, I was pretty sure I finished those.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you may have finished them, you just didn't give them to us.
Yeah.
We'll push those.
Wow.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Thank you.
It's
No
all
worries.
It's
right.
like we have trouble next
sorry?
time.
It's okay, we'll push those again. So what about 82 Berlin Street?
We're not at that
We've got a
point
hearing
yet.
for that.
Okay?
Well, I guess we got, no.
You two.
Everybody
Well,
did that.
actually, and the problem is that you,
I can't talk about that one?
no, you
Can I,
have,
what if I go sit in the audience?
Should leave the room.
No.
well,
You have to
all right.
leave.
It's, you have a conflict.
I do?
You can't discuss it,
Oh, okay.
okay? So
Again, what if I
we're
sit
not-
in the
No,
audience?
we're not gonna
No.
discuss it.
Oh, okay. I'm a neighbor.
I understand that, that's why we can't discuss it.
All right.
That's the reason.
How about 498 Rochdale Street then?
So,
We're not there yet either.
from what I understand, the DEP has been discussing it. Actually, Megan Selby emailed me this week, and she gave me the name of someone to speak to, and I just haven't had a chance to do that.
Okay.
So I think it's in the works, but I'll make a point of speaking to that person, and I'll report to the,
Because we're gonna lay
Commission.
money that you're gonna be doing the same thing.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll lay money that you're gonna be doing the same thing.
No comment.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know you're just saying. Okay. So we don't have any meeting minutes to discuss.
I guess not.
Um,
So, no.
30.
You've been carrying as an item a re-signing of an order of conditions for Faith Avenue, and that has been carried probably since April, right?
A while.
Yeah, so I would just say, let's just take that off,
All right,
okay?
so,
I don't think it's an issue anymore, so I would just
Okay.
take it off from any further agenda.
all right.
Jen does. And then concerning Blaker and Albert Streets, I haven't heard anything since, again, since
I
they've
think
got the water truck out
board's
there.
done stuff.
Right, but I mean, I haven't received any calls or emails from anyone concerning any issue with wetlands.
But if we're gonna go out to Tinker Hill, can't we just go check on that?
We can, sure. Yeah, it's right near there, so absolutely. Since we have a couple minutes, I'm going to take things a little bit out of order. With respect to Mr. Byland and his request for determination at 11 Bridge Street, is there a motion?
Make a motion that we issue a negative determination based on the information given in the as-built plan.
Right.
The distance of the pool and the septic, and he made it pretty clear how far they were from the pond.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed is a vote. And then for the request for determination filed by the town of Auburn for the replacement of the artificial turf at the football field, is there a motion?
I make a motion that we give a negative determination to the Town of Auburn Public Schools, request for determination of removal, installation of new artificial turf on the football field.
All right, is there a
I'll
second?
second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's a vote.
Good.
Okay.
The field is always busy. Always busy.
I didn't even notice until like a couple months ago they did it to the baseball field too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Why did they do that to the dirt? And
Because it lasts. better, and it doesn't need as much maintenance.
Yeah, I think it's mostly maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah.
All right, the next item on our agenda is 7:30 public hearing, FW Web Company, request to amend an order of conditions for property at 33 Sword Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to vote? All right, gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening. I'm Jamie Anderson from Greenleaf Construction.
And Chris Harrison with Hannigan Engineering.
Hi there. So, gentlemen, are we on this?
So as of right now, I guess,
Yeah, so at this point, we've provided the commission with a revised operation and maintenance plans, calling out certain criteria as part of the general maintenance of the site, including the plan sheets that are to be incorporated into the operation and maintenance plan that show the specific BMPs that are going to be required to be maintained. In addition to that, we've also provided the required budgetary numbers for the potential, or for the required maintenance of that system. We have received several comments back from Goddard Consulting regarding these wetlands, and we have provided a response to the commission for their review. The commission would like, I'm not sure if they want, if y'all would be prepared to go through that list, but much of the concerns, yep, yes, that one. Much of the concerns are, in our opinion, redundant, as they are required within the actual stormwater management, recorded within the standard order of conditions form that is associated with the DEP that the DEP actually issues, and whatnot. So, that being said, if there's any questions or concerns from the commission, I'll be more than happy to run through them too.
No, I'm satisfied.
I was too.
Yep.
Any questions from the commission? Any comments from the audience?
Mark Arnold with Goddard Consulting. We're just here to state that we've provided reasonable requests for conditions to adequately protect the wetlands, and we provided those comments in writing to the commission and into the record.
And that's it?
And that's it. We've provided everything in writing.
All right.
Before you, we feel that everything we provided and asked for is reasonable. It's not burdensome in any way to the applicant to ensure the adequate protection of wetlands in all aspects, in construction activities and everything else, preventing anything from going out of hand, and ensuring that the order is actually followed to the letter and there's no more violations on the site.
All right. Anything else? All right. If there's nothing else, is there a motion to close?
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Is there a second?
Second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. All right, gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
thank you.
Sorry to make you wait so long.
Oh, no, it's quite all right.
No problem at all.
Go Bruins.
Got it.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
With regard to 86 Rochdale Street, we're going to leave them for last.
Yeah.
Okay, with regard to 86 Rochdale Street, is there a motion?
That one's gonna be long.
Well, no, we're going to issue an order of conditions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tom.
Do we have to approve the amended order conditions and then give it?
No,
No, or no?
So what happened is we closed the public hearing, we had not issued an order of conditions, we reopened the public hearing last time in order to incorporate the request for determination of applicability, okay? So, I mean, my suggestion would be, and again, this was kind of done backwards, to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My suggestion would be that we issue a positive determination of applicability with respect to the trees that they want to take down, which will then be addressed by the order of conditions we're going to issue.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay? So, and again, that's just the peculiar way it was filed
yeah.
with us. So, is there a motion?
I make a motion that we issue a positive determination of applicability. And that we issue, in order of conditions, a standard order, plus special conditions number 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11,
13.
13,
That should do it.
that's it.
Okay. All right, so it's a motion for standing order plus special conditions 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 13.
Yeah. Positive determination.
That's for the order of conditions for the project.
Okay.
And I think, Sheila, just as it should be made clear that the positive determination of applicability has been addressed by the order of conditions for the project. Okay? So there's a motion, is there a second?
Should we put in there that they can't drive, that they can't grind down the stumps, or that they need, or no?
Well, I think the bigger issue is if they're gonna take it in sections, how close does any rigging need to be to do that?
Do we need to state the
Well,
height
Is
of
that covered in the
stump?
conditions?
All right, so the way I've seen it, if the way I've seen it done is that, and you've been out to the property, right? So they're going to actually have to hire someone to go up in the tree and I think cut it down in sections. So I don't think they're going to have, I don't think they're going to be able to get equipment in there to do it. I'm inclined to leave it up to the discretion of the homeowner or the applicant. You know, obviously they can't they can't put fill material in the stream that's there. They have to put in, and the standard order talks about, you know, erosion control measures and that sort of thing being in place. So I think we're protected.
Okay.
If there's an issue or problem, then you know, they'll hear from us, and they're going to need to get a certificate of compliance from us anyway. So,
All right, okay,
okay,
all right, done.
all right. So was there a second?
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
It was TF, and M.
So that was a determination of applicability. Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. Okay. And then
Figure out these
finally,
forms out. I'll do it after if you want.
Finally.
with respect to the
FW.
request to amend the order of conditions.
They just come to an agreement there?
No, they didn't come to
They
an
didn't come to
agreement.
the agreement.
For our sake?
And to be hon- and
No.
no, they didn't
No,
do that.
not
And
even
what?
a little.
And they did something that was really unprecedented. This is the first time, and it was noted by Hannigan as well. This is the first time that I can recall where an abutter is basically acting in the role of like a consulting engineer or the DEP in making proposed changes.
Yeah.
We are not bound by those. And so the question is specifically, and this has been going on for so long, there have been so many comments. So we don't have to issue the orders tonight.
I think we should.
Did you look at the little tiny break in this branch? Anything could have happened to them.
Right.
Squirrel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think it probably was a squirrel.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But, so in any event, if someone wants to...
They have lawyers here.
Yeah.
Do you know what that cost you?
yeah,
So
actually,
you know how much it costs.
Yeah, actually I do. I do. So, I don't know what the pleasure of the board is.
More than what that tree cost.
If, my suggestion would be, since we don't have to issue an order tonight, we have 21 days to issue the order, and we're going to meet again on the 26th.
Six.
How's our agenda for the 26th?
14.
Not too bad, right?
Just these two.
All right, so what I would like to do is this, I'd like to kind of,
But we did
mull this
carry
over.
something over.
and then we can issue the order conditions at the next meeting, if that's agreeable to the commission.
Agreeable to me.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
And my only question
feel
is, do
bad
we need
for-
to issue another, because this is
It's
their
an amendment.
response to
Really?
their, it's an amendment, but in response to something the DP hasn't ruled on yet, right? Because they went for,
They appealed
they
it with
appealed it with
DEP.
DEP.
When
right?
does,
But that hasn't been ruled on, and so our
And, you
original
know-
ruling stands, right?
That's right, and actually, you raise a really good point, because the question is, what's the status of the DEP? You know, they were looking for a superseding order, and I haven't heard anything from DEP. I know they
No.
haven't
I don't think I have
contacted
anything from them.
Sheila.
And then it's the original order that was issued, they were just looking to amend it.
Right.
So they put that notice of intent or the request to amend.
And so there's,
And
there's
then
actually,
another request to amend, so there's like three
Yeah.
different things.
there's a legal issue here, which is, if in fact they have requested a superseding order, can we even act on the amendment? So I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you, and
I
that's
thought
why.
Even though they
that, I
filed a
thought that
new
you got in touch with that,
application.
was it Cindy or somebody at the, or somebody got it,
Megan
Megan.
Selby.
Yeah.
Okay, Megan Selby, there you go.
Yeah,
I
but she
didn't-
referred it to somebody else.
And they said that we could still vote.
They didn't say anything.
I
did
don't
See,
they?
they are loath to put anything in writing, because they also don't want to set precedent.
Okay.
So, but I think it's worth making another call to them, seeing what the status is of that proceeding. You know, if you recall, 2 meetings ago, I think I suggested they try to work it out. It's apparent they have not been able
What,
to do
what,
that.
I don't understand.
So, you know what?
But
Okay, since our original order was appealed, I want to make sure that we can act on the amendment. And if we're told by DEP we can't, then we won't.
Okay.
Okay?
So we did close the public hearing, however.
did.
We
Okay,
did.
so we just have to
All the
issue-
information, as you heard from Goddard, everything they wanted to submit has been submitted
And addressed.
and addressed, yes. So,
Yeah,
Alright.
they're basically calling, you know.
Wow.
So in any event-
So, and we have site visits of
we're going to check out Tinker Hill Road.
20 Tinker Hill.
We're going to run by Blaker and Albert, and we're going to check out Herb Chambers on Washington
That's
Street.
okay, 809.
On the 22nd.
Okay, so those three.
Right.
Okay, and that's on 622.
22, yeah.
Is there any other business?
I don't think so, since I didn't get the minutes.
Okay.
That's okay.
Actually, I love you for that, thank you.
Really?
Make a motion, we
Oh,
adjourn?
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute,
Wait a minute,
wait a minute,
wait,
wait a minute,
we
wait a
didn't sign, we didn't sign these yet.
gotta
Yes.
sign.
Yeah, no,
Gotta
yeah.
sign it.
Jumped the gun. I know you're anxious. It's
Tom.
all right, it's all right.
Tom's
We'll
like,
get you
I
home
can
in
see the drop
time.
in
He's got a note.
soon.
They're eating all the guacamole
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
I made pop right before I
I
came
did,
in.
I made some homemade
He's
guac.
You
the
know-
one to be excused.
If they're your guests, they shouldn't do that.
I don't know, guacamole's a hockey snack.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess you can eat it with no teeth, right?
I got cheese queso dip too, I mean, yeah,
Wow.
it's all good.
Okay.
It's been a long,
So
tough struggle.
we've got,
3,
We have,
2 negative.
and the order of conditions.
Albee Street, and
Not really.
Not really.
and the order of conditions was 86 March.
Yep.
Everybody's got these, I love those packs.
Oh, they
mine?
send them to your house.
Meanwhile,
Well, the
Nate,
thing is,
Nate's got the
You get a
first
free
pen.
one, but you
Look
can order
at,
like.
these are the ones I'm giving away now. Stylus, bottle
Okay.
opener.
I
didn't get one.
Wasabi pen.
Wait, these are the new ones.
Oh,
And
an
then,
LED
you
flashlight.
nope, a screwdriver,
Yeah,
both
no.
flathead
No.
and a Phillips head.
Whoa,
Where'd you get that
Right.
from?
whoa.
No, that's mine. That's what I give away to my clients when they go away. Do you
No.
want? I'll bring them in.
Yeah,
I'll bring them in for
I didn't get one
everybody.
of those.
Okay.
I'll bring 'em in.
It's
I'll
free
bring 'em in for everybody.
advertising,
I'll
you
bring-
can flash them in front of the
It's
camera.
the least you can do for us.
I will. I'll bring them in for everybody next
You didn't
week.
sign this one.
Impressive.
right?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
And they're right really
It had to be a
well.
bottle opener.
Can you get on a plane with that screwdriver?
Yes, you can, yes.
Just one? Yeah, because they don't know it's there.
Just can't get out of the next airport.
I think you should have a pen light that also functions as a taser.
Right,
Security,
determination,
right?
right?
In
That's
one
not a
order,
bad
right?
idea.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you gave me 3.
Oh, yeah, it was 2 in
Yeah.
one.
The address is on the back. You're wondering what it's
Ryland,
for.
Ravati.
Okay.
Toward back, yep.
Oh, in the school, we had 3.
Yeah.
You're right.
What time's the game start? 8?
Yeah, well, be, tip off will be, tip off to me. Yeah, it'll be 8.
Yeah, see some pregame
8:25.
stuff, you know?
I did
You gotta
watch
get
the
settled
last
in.
Who's gonna have the flag tonight?
It's just time to get
All
set
right, you
up.
gotta see who's gonna have the flag.
They were saying Tim Thomas, but he's not even in the, he's not in Boston, I
That's not
guess.
him. He's still in a shack in Idaho somewhere.
So I heard
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Had a
yeah.
bad
Gentleman.
The worst
he
part was he
really?
was on the Florida Panthers and then they got Luongo. That's the worst thing.
Oh,
So
yeah?
it's like, oh, you got bumped out by the guy that you beat.
Is Char gonna play?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Play.
Yeah, he's not gonna play in the 7th game. Of
Well,
course he's gonna.
he has a broken draft roll.
Yeah,
He doesn't care if he breaks it again.
it's the 7th game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You don't need to be able to talk to score goals, right?
No, but he got hit the other night, got me nervous.
You got in a fight the other night, he was
did.
punching him in the
He
face.
did, it got really nervous.
Okay.
The other team isn't hesitant to hit him,
It was
though.
shadow boxing, that's all.
There are.
I wish they be. You wanna be out there? Treated like
Was
everyone
there an
else.
extra site plan for Byland Avenue?
Yes, I
Someone
have
doesn't
it.
need,
I've got it right here.
okay. I'll just make sure the building department has that copy. Thanks.
He did very well tonight.
Since there's no further business.
Wait a minute.
Adjourn the meeting.
Hold your cotton picking horses. We're
Hold
gonna-
on. We take his blood pressure now.
No, we're gonna make you wait. All
No.
right, are we good?
I
Is there
gotta know.
I'm good.
Good, he's got a note.
Yeah,
I
I haven't
have,
seen the note.
it's right here, I can show it to you, it's right on the
To
end of
get
it.
out early, is that what you're talking about? A note to get
Oh,
out
yeah,
early?
did you
He's got a
see- you didn't
note.
see his note?
Is
He's got
there,
a note here.
is there any other business?
No.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Anyone?
I'll make a motion,
Motion.
and I'll second it,
Yes.
Yes.
and I'll second it.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's a. It's
a wrap, right. Here we go.